Hello, my name is JOYCE Gonzalez Ingles and my topic is Effectors. Um, Effectors. Effector is the structure responsible for implementing the action against the stimulus. The effectors are general muscles and glands, perform and move muscles and glands produce a secretion of special substances. In applications in medicine, depending on the type of responses generated by the nervous system and have different types of neurons. And neurons muscle and neurons and nerve. And neurons muscle associate with motor or efferent pathway. And neurons and nerve sensor pathway associated with the processor and center.
The nervous system, the brain, spinal cord, and nerves, is a living communications network, carrying various kinds of messages to and from the different parts of your body. The nervous system is composed of nerve fibers that conduct information into your spinal cord and brain, and the other nerve fibers that send information out to different parts of your body. The cells that make up the various parts of the nervous system are called neurons. Each neuron has a neuron body, a part of the cell which contains a nucleus and other structures. But a typical neuron has two other kinds of structures: long fibers that extend in different directions from the body of the cell. These fibers are often wrapped with a fatty substance called myelin. Fibers that carry impulses toward the neuron body are called dendrites. Fibers that carry impulses away are called axons. Different structures are concentrated in different parts of the body. Some neuron bodies are bound into clusters called ganglia. They are often associated with your spinal cord. The spinal cord is a long cylinder of nerve tissue that passes through the hollow channels of bones called the vertebrae. The spinal cord is protected by those vertebrae. It is also protected by three membranes called meninges.
The basic units of this system are special kinds of glands. Unlike other glands, endocrine glands secrete their products, called hormones, directly into the bloodstream. The powerful hormones travel everywhere in the body, influencing every aspect of life in very specific ways. Many parts of the body secrete hormones, but 6 major types of glands are of particular importance to adults. They are the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas, the thyroid and parathyroids, the adrenals, the gonads, and in the head, the pituitary. Every major endocrine gland is a highly structured organ. Throughout each run the smallest blood vessels, capillaries. Hormones are secreted into the capillaries. Through a microscope, it is possible to see red blood cells as they move through the capillaries and veins. Hormones, however, are not actually visible. They are in solution in the blood plasma, just as salt is in solution in seawater and is invisible. The hormones enter the general circulation. Eventually, they filter back to the capillaries elsewhere in the body. Unlike the red blood cells, hormones travel freely through the capillary walls. Though they travel everywhere in the body, hormones only influence specific target cells. A hormone may have relatively few targets, affecting only a few kinds of cells. A different hormone may affect nearly every cell in the body. Every target cell has a chemical receptor, which the hormone specifically fits, as a key specifically fits a lock. The receptor may be on the surface of the cell, or inside it. A cell that is not a target for a particular hormone has no receptors for it, and is not affected by it.
Inicio are breathing equal. Effector is a substance which acts directly on the second causing and modification in the behavior of this either activating, in this case an agonist, or repression, in which case it is an antagonist. In this example, with muscles.
All muscles work in pairs called antagonistic muscle pairs. Whether they are striped muscles, smooth muscles, or cardiac muscles makes no difference. All muscles must work in pairs. This is because they can contract and relax but cannot push or stretch themselves. So when a muscle works, it needs to have a partner. It can either be an agonist or an antagonist. The agonist is the extensor muscle that opens the joint, increasing the angle between the two bones. It is the one that generates a specific movement. The antagonist, on the other hand, is the flexor muscle that acts in opposition to the movement of the agonist, which is also responsible for turning, for example, a limb to its initial position. Antagonistic muscle pairs have an incredible relationship. When contracted together, both sets of muscles in a pair provides great static joint stability. However, normal everyday activities which involve movement, such as walking, running, and strength exercises in the gym, rely on these muscular pairs contracting and relaxing in perfect synchronization with each other. This synchronization is helped by a neuromuscular phenomenon called reciprocal inhibition. The nervous system is programmed to automatically inhibit or prevent the contraction of a muscle group when its opposing antagonistic muscle group contracts. Antagonistic pairs in the body need each other because, again, muscles can only exert a pulling force and can't push themselves back into their original positions. An example of this kind of muscle pairing is the biceps brachii and the triceps brachii. When your biceps contracts, it flexes or bends the elbow joint. At the same time, it also pulls the triceps to make it longer. So the triceps is stretched by the biceps pulling it. When the triceps contracts, it extends or straightens the elbow joint. And at the same time, it pulls the biceps and makes it longer. So these two muscles work together. Neither muscle can stretch itself. It must be stretched by its antagonist, its partner.